Hello everyone, welcome to the ICX Sales Academy and welcome to our first video, which is called Global Volunteer Product and Our Portfolio. So my name is Sasha and I'm MCVP IGV from the MC Hinete. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all in ICX Sales Academy again. So ICX Sales Academy is an initiative run by our MC in order to increase sales education in our network and to support, make it easier for everyone and make it aligned in whole network. How do we sell and what do we sell? So in this Sales Academy, you will have 3 videos. One about global volunteer product in our portfolio, another one for global entrepreneur. So this will be the first task. And then it's all about sales process, how to do sales. And the last one is the partnership management flow and what do we do after we actually sold our product. So let's go to the first part, which we are covering today, global volunteer products in our portfolio. And to start with sales, the first and most basic thing that we need to do is to get prepared, which starts from understanding what is actually the organization that we are working for and the organization that we are selling. Because when we are selling any product, the first thing that the customer will ask is, who are you? What is the organization that you came from? So it's crucial to understand and to be able to communicate well what is ICX. So one thing is that here is our beautiful logo, and this is the only color, the only blue color that we use now for our logo. And if it comes to this definition below, this is the easiest definition that I have ever found, and the definition from Wikipedia, and it's customer friendly. So if you explain it to your mom, to a customer, to whoever, it's actually very understandable. So ICX is the world's largest non-profit youth-run organization. The first thing in here is that we are a non-profit organization and it's a youth-run. So it's not exactly the student organization, not exactly a student club or anything. We are an independent youth-run organization that is not dependent from any specific universities or anyone specific. It's totally independent organization. So it is an international non-governmental and non-for-profit organization that provides young people with leadership development, cross-cultural global internships, and volunteer exchange experience across the globe. So pretty much the sentences explains who we are, non-governmental, non-for-profit, and what are we doing, providing leadership development, cross-cultural global internships, and volunteer exchange experiences across the globe. The organization focuses on empowering young people to make a positive impact on society, and this is something very crucial in when we are selling and communicating ICX. And then the ICX network includes approximately 70,000 people in 127 countries. Currently, it's 122 countries and territories. But yes, approximately it's 70 to 80,000 people working in the organization. So you can see that the scale of ICX globally is really huge. And then ICX is a non-governmental organization in consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council and all the rest. This is not very crucial to remember everything, but to show actually the credibility of our organization, United Nations Economic and Social Council is something really valuable, and also being a member of YCMYO and being recognized by UNESCO. So it's an organization with 70 years of history. By the way, this year we are celebrating 70 years of ICX, and it is also important point about the organization. And ICX International headquarters are in Rotterdam, Netherlands, just for you to know. So once we know what is the organization that we are working for, and trust me, whenever you're doing a call, first question from unknown person is not what is your product, but who are you and what is the organization that you are coming from. Communicating well ICX is the first point on which you can succeed and win the attention, or fail and never get the attention of your customer again. Once we know what is the organization that we are working in, the next question is, what is our product that we are coming with? So our product is a global volunteer, and again, this is our beautiful logo. It is in two colors, in this one, which is white, and on the next page you will see also the orange one. So global volunteer is an opportunity for a young person to develop leadership qualities while living a cross-cultural volunteer experience. So as you see from the very beginning, we speak about opportunity for young people, as whole our organization is focusing on young people up to 30 years old, and develop leadership qualities. So this is something what is the most crucial and the biggest differentiation point in our organization, is that we are actually developing leadership qualities and developing leadership in young people. In the product, a young person volunteers abroad on social impact projects that contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals. And here, what is very crucial is to understand that Global Volunteer is all about volunteering in another country, which is simple. And every Global Volunteer project is contributing to the Sustainable Development Goals. So what does it mean? Every single project, every single opportunities that you can find in opportunity portal of Global Volunteer is connecting to SDG and is supporting SDG. And for this, of course, we need to understand what are the Sustainable Development Goals and why ICX is working for Sustainable Development Goals. So the Sustainable Development Goals are goals of United Nations, created by United Nations and signed by all participating countries for all the world. It includes 17 goals to transform our world. Each of them has specific targets, specific indicators, about which you can read more on page of Sustainable Development Goals or page of UN. And so it includes these 17 topics, 17 goals. These goals were created in 2015 and should be reached by 2030. So every 15 years, the United Nations is creating this kind of goals for next 15 years. And in 2015, during the creation of Sustainable Development Goals, the president of ICX International was there to show that ICX as an organization wants to participate also in making our world a better place. So since before 2015, we were also doing the volunteering programs. From now on, it's a Global Volunteer is a product that does a volunteering exchange, but every single exchange is supporting Sustainable Development Goals. So we are working for the better world in a very specific way by supporting SDGs. And this is also one of our selling points. SDG awareness is something what all countries, members of United Nations are working for. And also Greece has a council responsible for Sustainable Development Goals in government. And Greece as a country and NGOs especially are interested in making people more and more aware and taking action on Sustainable Development Goals. So by our sales, we are also trying to make awareness of Sustainable Development Goals. And every Global Volunteer program that we run is itself an action on SDGs. Just an interesting fact, 50% of Global Volunteer opportunities are under SDG number 4, which is quality education, which is something what majority of us in ICX, majority of projects in ICX, this is how we are doing them. And then no country-run projects under SDG 2, 6, and 7. At least it was like this some months ago. Maybe now we are having first countries who are piloting it. So Sustainable Development Goals are clear. And now we are moving to the Global Volunteer and knowing better the Global Volunteer. So we know already what is the definition of Global Volunteer, but now in order to sell the product, it's way not enough. You need to understand what is the value proposition, why actually your partner will want this product. So first of all, what is Global Volunteer exactly? It's, again, a cross-cultural volunteer experience for young people who seek to develop themselves and the world by contributing to the SDGs. So this is how we communicate Global Volunteer to young people. And what is, this is called one pager of Global Volunteer. In case your partner is asking, like, practically, logistically, what is this program? Our partners, the organizations that are hosting our EPs, are NGOs, school, or other institutions. In our case, it's Greek clubs, playgrounds, summer camps, private schools, private kindergartens, and NGOs. Duration from 6 to 12 weeks. In ICX in Greece, it's only 6 or 8 weeks. Stipend, our program is not paid. We provide hosting and transportation or meal provided. And then primary purpose of the Global Volunteer, it is different types of volunteer experience and projects with different methodologies. So methodologies means the different approach. Some people are teaching, some people are directly working on some point, some people, like people in NGO, work on some projects. So this is a different methodology. Their experience contributes to their personal development, which is crucial, and positive impact on society through contributing to the SDGs. Again, the same thing. And now, what is the value proposition for partner? This is the part which is the most important in terms of sales. So it's making a local impact with global volunteers. A cross-cultural volunteering experience which allows organization to bring young people from all around the world to the social impact projects. This is the value for partners, and this is how we communicate, and how in every sales I suggest you to communicate global volunteer and what are we doing, because every single our project is this value for partner. What is specifically more if the partner is asking you, okay, it's a cross-cultural volunteering experience which allows organization to bring young people, okay, amazingly, but what do I take out of it as an organization? And we have very clear answers for it. So it's first, you can make local impact with global volunteers. What does it mean? Add multicultural flavor to your team by bringing in our volunteers who care about world issue and bring innovative solutions to work locally. For example, mostly for NGOs, it is a very relevant topic as they are looking for motivated people who want to work for free in NGO and people with innovative and new approaches, new ideas, who are on top with trends that are happening. So it is very relevant for them. Then second point is global perspectives and positive impact. Enable eager and passionate volunteers to participate in your projects to create positive societal impact. Build cross-cultural understanding by facilitating the interaction of volunteers with local communities. So this is, again, very real value for our organizations, especially kindergartens and elementary schools or clubs, where we are giving them volunteers to actually participate in the process that they are doing in educational process of children. Also, it brings building cultural understanding, interaction with children by people from different countries, and they participate in creating positive impact on society, which is very relevant in terms of education, and kindergarten schools are totally understanding this point. And then the last one, source with ease. Ease means like with easy approach, with simplicity. Reduce your overhead and administration time as we help source great volunteers from our global network for you. So this means that we are actually giving the workforce for organizations who are motivated, who want to do it, and it allows organizations to decrease their own people, how much they need for doing the job. We can actually provide volunteers who want to do it and who will do it with less time, effort, and with less money, actually. Our local ICX members assist in cultural induction and the volunteers, as well as facilitating an enjoyable experience for them in the host city. So it is actually an easy and simple way to get volunteers who are bringing you all the rest points. And ICX is also supporting their own experience, supporting experience of partner. So it is simply an easy way to get motivated volunteers to work for you. These are the 4 points of what is the value of our organization and how we can communicate it to our partner. So go through it again and again and see how you can actually choose it smartly for what your partner might need. And now, after understanding actually ICX, understanding what is the global volunteer, and understanding how to communicate it, now we are moving to what exactly we are selling, which is our portfolio. IGV portfolio of ICX in Greece consists of 4 projects, all of them aligned to SDGs and all of them supporting these specific SDGs. So International Kindergarten and Empowering Action are supporting SDG number 10, and Geofford Change is supporting SDG number 17, Partnership for the Goals. And Summer Camp Project is supporting SDG number 3, Good Health and Well-being. Let's go exactly one by one with it. So first 2 projects are International Kindergarten and Young Power in Action, which are very similar projects to different kind of organizations. This is something to understand and remember. The project has the same purpose, the same goal, support the same SDGs. There are some slight difference in job description, but the most important is that this is the project that is aimed to different kind of organizations. We will go through it in next slides. So these projects are supporting SDG number 10, and the specific target under the SDG is by 2030 empower and promote the social, economic, and political inclusion for all, irrespective of age, sex, disabilities, race, ethnicity, origin, religion, or economic or other status. So it's all about reducing inequalities. And purpose of our project is, you can read in here, and this is actually a selling point, how you can communicate the International Kindergarten. Nowadays, lack of tolerance appears more and more often in Greek society and Europe. This brings issues of violence against immigrants and lack of support for refugees. Kids in early ages usually are not familiar with people from other countries, and they are more likely to develop a sense of xenophobia. So as you know, kids are very influenced easily by social media, by media in general, by TV, but by parents, by whatever else. International Kindergarten is a program which takes place in kindergartens for kids between 3 and 6 years old, aims to help the kids develop cultural understanding and respect towards differences through interactive activities and games. So the last sentence is presenting briefly the whole purpose of our project. It is a program for children of 3 to 6 years old, takes place in kindergarten, and why we do it is our goal. So to fight racism and xenophobia in society by enabling youngest generation to know from people from other countries and see that everyone can live and work together in peace. Beautiful, it has sense, it is needed in society. It is not a doubtful question whether these projects are relevant or not. They are. And if you are able to present it with knowing all of these points, it will be clear to your organization, to your partner, why actually they need to work with us and why they are interested in this project. Let's go next, and this is called Design for Impact. This looks like this for each and every of our project. This is the very short description of whole our project in few sentences. So it starts with the impact. So our impact is our SDG. Then result chain is this, performance indicators, data reporting method, key activities and milestones. So result chain is what do we want to achieve by this project. Output is a midterm, our midterm ambition, let's say. What do we want to achieve in midterm vision? Kindergarten children develop tolerance to people from other countries and learned about foreign cultures. This is what we want to achieve by the end of this project. Outcome is something to what we influence in society by our project. So this is a number of violent attacks towards people of another nationality, racist crimes decreased. So by fighting racism, we want to decrease violent acts towards people from another countries. The outcome is not your selling point. It is just to understand why our projects are relevant for the current issues of Europe and Greece. But the selling point is output. And then key activities. All of these key activities is what our EPs are doing with children. And milestones is what must be achieved, what must be done by the end of the experience. So EP presented his country, celebration of global village, activities for how people are different with each other, and teamwork activities. These are the activities that are done. Very shortly, very briefly, if you understand all this thing, if you are able to answer questions about it to your partner, because questions are appearing in sales, you will be able to communicate perfectly. And now, what is the difference between International Kindergarten and Empower in Action? First of all, it's the kind of organization. International Kindergarten is working with private and public kindergartens only. This is it, only kindergartens, as the name says. So the age of children is 4 to 6, actually 3 to 6, but mostly we work with older children, so it's 4 to 6. And then in Empower in Action, the partners, the organization that we work with are playgrounds, elementary schools, and GDAPs. So as you see, in GDAPs and playgrounds, there could be children from very different age. So age of Empower in Action is from 4 to 12 years old. You see from 4 to 6 is the same as here. What is the point is that there is a different GD between from children for 4 to 8 years old and 8 to 12. So 8 to 12 years old are a little bit older, so they are able to understand more both of English and the topics. So that's why the GD is slightly different. And this is the difference between Empower in Action. The way you sell, the way you communicate goes pretty much the same. Because the goal of the project, the value is the same, but then it depends on the organization which you approach. And then job description. What does it mean? When we are calling our organization, and actually when we are having meeting, it's not about first call, we cannot just say, okay, get the EP, he will work for cultural understanding and do something. Because if you don't really say what will be the work of volunteer, how can you ensure that he will be working on the topic of cultural understanding? For this, we created a very clear job description. And by downloading this presentation, from the very first slide, you can check more here, which means that you can check whole spreadsheet where you will find this, SDG, this, and everything else, and full job description. So check it out later on. Job description, the program is for 6 weeks. So there are specific topics week by week and in full job description day by day, how to support EPs to deliver what they need to deliver. Make sure that your partner understands job description. It's not a topic for first call, but definitely a topic for meeting. And with this, we finish International Kindergarten and Empower in Action, and we go to the next project, which is NGO for Change. So NGO for Change is the project that supports SDG number 17 about partnership for the goals. It has a very long explanation of the indicator. So it's all about working together as NGOs, mobilizing, sharing knowledge, expertise, and technologies. And this pretty much explains all our project. Again, you can check more here. What is very crucial in NGO for Change is understanding the problem and the need of organizations. In sales in general, we are coming from the problem that organization faces and how our project, our product is the answer for this problem. In NGO for Change, it's extremely relevant because all organizations can have different problems. It's not like we are coming to kindergartens to sell a general problem of the country. Here we are coming actually to sell the solution for an individual problem of individual NGOs. And from our research, we did this beautiful table. So the problem tree of NGO, first of all, lack of money, lack of knowledge that cannot end, organizations cannot keep up with trends, and not really caring for the actual cause of existence. You can check more with all the other issues under in here. So starting from the problem, we created what the NGO for Change, how the NGO for Change should look like to solve the problems of NGOs. And again, design for impact. So the output, what we want to bring by our project is that NGO gained more technological experience and knowledge. Key activities for this, we are doing marketing activities and promoting for NGOs, enhancing the cooperation between similar institutions, creating promotion materials such as videos and photographs. So it's all about backstage, about back office of NGOs, supporting their activities and supporting them to survive and to exist as NGO. The milestones are NGO is promoted, NGO kept up with the trends, NGO's main issues solved, and NGO's promotional materials are done. By doing all the project, why it is relevant for NGOs? Because we want number of NGOs closing to decrease. It is an incredible number of NGOs in last year that are closing because one of these issues. They cannot keep up, they cannot exist anymore, they don't have volunteers to work for, or they don't have money or anything else. We are the answer for NGOs for this. And in this specific case of this project, outcome is one of the selling points for you as well. Coming to job descriptions, under this project, the job description looks slightly different than in previous. So because every NGO is different, we don't have weekly and daily plan for EPs, what they need to do. This plan is created by NGO and EP in their first day of work. But we have 3 specific topics, 3 different JDs in which they can work. So first of all, it's marketing and social media coordinator. The EP can be responsible for marketing strategies, for social media, for all the online activities. Also, photo shooting and video making is in it. Then it's promotion. It is more about offline activities, also about photo and video shooting, about participating in events, for example, and specific promotional strategy. So it's more about big things like a strategy. And then network and fundraising. The EP is working on fundraising activities or networking between other NGOs. Why it is together? Because fundraising always needs networking, and networking sometimes needs fundraising. So you can have only networking, but you cannot have fundraising without networking. So this is how the NGO for Change looks like. The 3 JDs in which our volunteers work, the only 3 JDs that we are selling. So the only 3 ways that we communicate our product. And this is a solution for the problems that we see in NGOs. So remembering the logic of sales, that we find the issue of the organization and we give them the solution. In this specific project, during sales to NGO, you need to very clearly to understand what is their biggest need to be able to propose to them the solution, to propose to them one of the job descriptions. Coming next, our last but not least, 4th project, which is summer camp, which is a very new project, refreshed just 2 months ago. So the summer camp project is supporting SDG number 3, good health and well-being. And the goal is by 2030, reduced by 1/3 premature mortality from non-communicable diseases through prevention and treatment and promotion of mental health and well-being. So this is the target that is relevant for our project. Under it, there is a specific indicator which is about obesity level, heart issues, and sugar in blood issues. And this is more relevant to our project. This is exactly what we are doing it for. So here, the value of the project is something how the easiest way to communicate our project. We want to make children aware of obesity problem and teach them how to live a healthy lifestyle. We will do this by running workshops and interactive activities about healthy food and nutrition, physical activities in everyday life in summer camps. So as you might guess, our partnering here is summer camp, all summer camps which we can approach. Moving to the design for impact, the output that we want to achieve by our project is children became more aware of obesity issue and learned how to live healthy lifestyle and eat healthy food. We are doing this by workshops, presentations, and discussion spaces. And actually, in this project, as you will see later on in job description, interns are also participating in daily activities in summer camps. Good. The outcome is obesity level in society decreased. It is one of the most relevant indicators for young people, whether you live healthy lifestyle or not. And it's actually very interesting because think about it, in young age, even if you are not living healthy lifestyle, in most of cases you will not have heart issues or some other serious illnesses. It will become later, but the obesity and overweight issue is actually showing us that something is going wrong with our health. So it's very relevant for young people, and this is what we are working for. And now the job description doesn't look so beautiful in this pixels, whatever. So this job description is made for 3 weeks because every group stays in summer camp for 3 weeks. If you have ever been in summer camp, you know how it works. After 3 weeks, another group of children arrives. So this GD is done for 3 weeks. EPs are working for 6 weeks, so they are staying for 2 rounds of children, for 2 different groups of children. And here the topics are getting to know volunteer and SDG awareness. In this project specifically, we want to bring SDG awareness. Children in most of cases are older than 7, 8 years old. It is a good age to get to know about SDGs. Then second week is all about health and nutrition. And as you see, there are 2 different parts. One is about health and nutrition itself, about overweight and obesity, and then health and nutrition in terms of traditional food and habits. So it's also, this project also includes culture understanding part, because of course every our project includes culture understanding, as international volunteers are presenting their culture anyway. And then the third week is all about healthy lifestyle, and again part about lifestyle itself and part about sports, from traditional sports from different countries. In the same way, in the same time that our EPs are doing the part that we deliver as ICX, they are also participating in everyday activities. So if your summer camp wants them to play games, to be responsible for children on the beach and all these kind of things, it is also possible, just that it should not be the main part of JD. The main part is this, and then everyday activities is something what they participate in. So by this, we are closing the summer camp project, and we're coming to the sum up of the whole video. So what should I know before to be ready for sales, before starting sales? What did we learn from today? So first, it's what is ICX and what is our mission? Our mission is developing leadership in young people. It is important, and all, especially non-government organizations, which are NGOs, they are interested in mission and vision of organizations. Then understanding what is global volunteer and what is the value proposition for the partner. It was our first slide. What is global volunteer itself? What is the proposition, the value for EPs, why they're actually coming here? And it's a question which partners often ask, why these people even come here? We have a specific answer for it. And the value for the partner is specifically important because this is your selling point. This is how do we sell, how do we communicate. Then understanding of what are the SDGs and why do we as ICX support them. And of course, what projects do we have and what is the value of each project and the job description. Again, the job description is not the topic for the first call, but what is the value of our project? If you don't know it when someone wake you up in the middle of the night, then most probably 1 or 2 or 10 sales calls will be unsuccessful, because this is something what needs to be on the bottom, needs to be there. Once you are aware of it and once you know how to communicate it and answer all the questions, you are able to sell and you will be the best seller and best performer of your LC. Knowing this, you are cool. Knowing this, you will become great seller. And I wish you this. I wish you have great sales. If you have any questions after this presentation, reach to me or to your local committee vice presidents. I'm sure everyone is here to support each other and to answer your questions. So thank you very much and see you in next videos. Check it out.